Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever the case may be. This is Mike, and this is Mike Dell's World. I don't remember what episode number it is. I guess it doesn't matter, but we'll check it out anyway. I think it's like 315, maybe. Let's see here. Well, anyway, it's February 11th. Oh, this will be 316. Yeah, last time I was stuck in the Detroit airport, or at least told you about the Detroit airport thing. So, and today I'm in the studio. Had a few minutes here. I wanted to tell you about a little experiment I'm doing. Of course, I'm always doing little experiments, but the news of Anchor being bought out by Spotify along with Gimlet Media. Figured, hey, I never really give. Oh, come on. What is up with that? My Google device is giving me notice of something about an internet connection. Oh, well, I ain't going to worry about that. Anyway, I've been playing around with a different platform, been playing around with Anchor. Figured, with all that news, it might be fun to see how that is. And so I do have yet another podcast. It's going to be more like this one, basically, but I've been trying to do it almost daily here the last few days, and basically you do it from your phone. It's kind of a phone-in thing, kind of a Twitter for podcasting. They're trying to be serious podcasting, and that's great. And it'll be interesting to see what Spotify does with it. But anyway, if you want to check that out, it's called A View from the North, and it can be found on all the usual suspects for podcasting, and I do believe I have a link at mikedell.com, or at least a player there if you want to listen. So go check that out. That's my Anchor experiment. But I figure, from the phone, I can just, throw something up, 3-5 minutes, something like that, just for fun, experimentation, see how it works, learn the tool. Because I have an idea for an app that I am thinking about getting into, but I won't get into all the grisly details just yet. But I would really love to develop said app, and maybe I can get some ideas from what Anchor's doing. So it's interesting anyway. It's not a viable platform for, a serious podcaster, I wouldn't think, but this show isn't about podcasting. If you want to listen to stuff about podcasting, of course, you can go to phdnews.blueberry.net for the podcast help desk news, which also comes with a flash briefing for, I had to mute her, for the Alexa platform, the Amazon Talking Tubes, but also as a regular podcast. It's podcasthelpdesknews.com too, I believe. And then, of course, my regular podcast, helpdesk.com. I have a episode up, just kind of a brain dump about the acquisitions that happened last week. So be interesting for those of you that are into listening about podcasting. I think this whole acquisition and everything is a big deal because of the money involved, but I think in the long run it's going to be a big snooze as far as, the impact on the 97% of us indie podcasters out there in the podcast business in general. I mean, yeah, it's money, but that money, went to the investors. That money went to the founders of those companies. So we'll see, how that filters into the rest of the business and how that all works. But, and I'm sure there'll be more acquisitions and, positioning and all that. But, I don't think it'll be, I think it's going to be a big snooze fest as far as the actual impact. But who knows? Hey, more power to them. Somebody needs to step up and be, a competition for Apple's market dominance in podcast listenership. And if that's Spotify, well, great. I'm still rooting for Google, but Google can't seem to get their crap together in a coherent way, so we'll see. But I don't care how you listen, as long as you listen. And if, like I said, you want to hear some other of my ramblings on a more frequent basis, at least for now, go check out A View from from the north. And like I said, it's just my little experiment on Anchor. And I do have a Spotify-only experiment going too, but I haven't really played with that much yet. I guess I should probably do that some more too, just to see if I get any action there. So, hey, got a really big travel schedule coming up starting in March. March 6th, I head down to Orlando, Florida for PodFest Media Expo. I'll actually be speaking there and be down in Florida for a week and then come home for a couple of weeks. And then I'm off to California for the Proclaim 19, which is the National Religious Broadcasters Convention. And I got the straw to take that and set up our booth down there for Blueberry Podcasting. So that'll be fun. Get to talk to a lot of people in that business. So in Anaheim, California. And then I'm back for a couple of weeks and then fly out to Las Vegas for a week for the National Association of Broadcasters. And that's always a good time and always a great show to go check out. And we're going to be in Central Hall this year, so should be a lot busier booth than last year. So we'll see. And that'll be good. And then after that, I guess that puts it into April. The first part of May, I think, be doing a meeting down in Columbus. And then the middle part of May, I'll be down at Hamvention in Dayton, Ohio. And then I think I get a couple months off. I think June and July. I don't think I go anywhere in particular. In August, I go back down to Orlando. Yeah, Orlando in August. That ought to be wonderful. But that's for the Podcast Movement Conference. As long as the air conditioning works, it doesn't matter where we're at. So that'll be great. So I'll be on the road quite a bit. So if you're in any of those areas or within striking distance of any of those areas, hit me up. Maybe we'll go have a coffee or an adult beverage of whatever, or meet up somehow. The Florida thing's going to be kind of half vacation. Kathy's going with me, and then after the conference on Saturday, we're going to take off for South Florida to a family house down there and hang out for a few days and visit family and arrange my cabinets. I'm buying my cabinets down there for the kitchen up here. I know that doesn't make any sense, but my cousin does that, and he lives down there, and he's actually going to fly up to install the cabinets. So I'm going to buy them from him, and they'll ship them up, and that'll be good. So hopefully June, July, we'll get the cabinets and the countertops and the new sink and all that, and then after that's all done, I get to go truck shopping. So I'm looking forward to that. So haven't had a vehicle that I wanted in a long time. I've had vehicles that are practical, and I've had vehicles that are necessary, but I haven't got to go out and pick one in a long time, and I think I'm due, so we're going to get rid of a couple of the beaters and get a new truck, and I get to pick it. So I look forward to that. And right now I'm leaning towards Ford F-150 or a Toyota Tundra, but I could be persuaded. I'm not particularly fond of Dodge trucks. I just don't really like the looks of them. I know that sounds weird, but just not a fan. And I've heard things about Chevys, but I've never had anything wrong with Chevys or GMCs. They're fine. Definitely don't want a Nissan. Not for any particular reason. I just have never been a fan. So Mazda quit making trucks. Ford Ranger might be fun, but I'm looking for a full-size truck. I don't drive that much, and when I do for business, I rent. So, I don't need something that gets Mac Daddy gas mileage because I don't drive a lot. But, I want something nice. And if I do want to go on a trip, I can. It's all good. But anyway. All right, with that, I think I'm just going to cut this off and get it posted. And it's kind of my little ramblings here. So this was episode 316. 316, some sort of Bible verse. Anyway, has nothing to do with it, but I'm just curious. Hey, catch me later.